prepare meeting. I'm about to update rebrand.ly/Unchained. Oh, good. I look insane.
Like we're live on the YouTube?
Yep. Save. All right, link is ready. And I'm going to share with our Discord. Oh, and here in my inbox are the 13 different people reaching out to me saying, I've changed my video at the last minute. I'm not even reading them. Like clockwork, though. All right. And I've got the Discord web browser version pulled up because, of course, the desktop software has crashed. Fantastic. All right. Let's post here. Alrighty. I'm gonna make it's being live streamed. Okay. So it looks like we're all set up. Let me check how many people are watching us on YouTube. 7 people. What's up? Tim, would you care to monitor our YouTube chat for us as we go here?
Yep, for sure.
Thank you, Tim. Well, hello, everybody. I'm hoping everybody can hear me right now. Chris, you can hear me?
I can hear you, but I'm also on Zoom. I don't know if they can hear you.
Hey, 7 people watching. If you can hear me on YouTube, say something in the chat. Ooh, I just saw myself shimmy like 2 minutes later. That wasn't a good look. So I'm assuming there's some delay.
Usually a little bit.
9 people watching. 10 people watching.
Tim says he can hear us from YouTube. Well, hello, Tim, watching on YouTube. All right. Ready to kick off. Let's do this, Michael.
Hey, they can hear us. Okay. So we are dealing with a good 30 seconds of delay. But welcome, everybody, to the university's Unchained demo day. We're going to keep things fun and casual. Oh, fantastic. I'm going to mute that right now because that's not going to get annoying instantly. So basically, here's how this is going to work. we are going to watch the videos that were submitted to us just right alongside you. And we will ask some questions to the people who sent us the videos, which I'm realizing now means that you need the Zoom link, which we can totally accommodate. I'm going to send the Zoom link in our Discord.
Yikes. Don't do that, Michael.
And
Trolls.
or I will not. How do we want to take Q&A?
It's a great question. I don't know. We'll bypass it this time.
All right, we're going to bypass the Q&A this time. Q&A is really answered in the demo videos most of the time anyway, just because you're already talking about like what would you do if you had the funding to take this further.
I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll monologue after every one of them.
Yeah, we can just.
People will love that.
Yeah, everybody loves monologuing. All right, let's do this. So okay, real quick recap of what's going to happen. Basically, we're just going to play the demo videos that have been submitted to us. Then Chris will have any commentary if you've got it. But then we'll share a link with everyone, and you'll be allowed to vote. And remember, you have one vote per participant, and you cannot vote for your own project. And the team with the most votes wins. And we've got top 3 prizes for the top 3. But everybody's a winner in my eyes. Because I don't know how to code. I'm kidding. Okay. Share my screen.
Will it work this time?
Let's find out. This never freaking works. I am screen sharing. We're not going to sit through the whole musical ensemble. Okay. First up, we have Le Chat Noir. That would be Lincoln, Burke, Sam, and Sean. I believe all 4 of which are from Vanderbilt University.
Hello.
Can you full screen that?
Le Chat Noir on the blockchain. So for those of you who are not familiar with this game, there are 2 players, a cat and a blocker, and it is played on a hexagonal board. The cat can only travel 1 tile per turn and can't go on a tile with the blocker. The cat's goal is to reach the edge of the board, and if done, the cat wins the game. However, the blocker attempts to prevent this from happening, and their goal is to block the cat such that it is trapped and can no longer move. Now that you know the basics, let's dive into the code. So here we are in the reach code of our DApp. In our game, we have the deployer of the smart contract, Alice, play the role of the cat, and Bob, the attacher, play the role of the blocker. Both have their own methods for their actions in the game, and Alice the cat has the get move function, which allows her to move the cat around, and Bob the blocker has the get hex function, which allows him to position the block around the board. Below in our body of the code, we have the general setting and accepting wagers, and the initialization of the random board. Here we have the main while loop of our game, which controls the state of the game. The game continues while the cat has not escaped, and the cat has not been trapped by blocks. Alice gets a valid cat move and publishes that to the blockchain. The board is then updated, and Bob makes his move and publishes it to the blockchain. The board is then updated again. The game continues until the cat has escaped or the cat has been surrounded by blocks. Once the game is over, the winner receives 2 times their initial wager. Up here we have some game mechanics. The state of the board consists of the cat index and an array of booleans. Below are methods to detect if the game is over. And now let's take a look at a demo of our game. To get into the gameplay, both players fund their account, choose their roles, and then the deployer of the game shares a contract with the attacher. And once the decided wager is agreed upon, the actual gameplay can begin. The game plays out with the cat player choosing an adjacent tile to move into, and the block player trying to stop it from reaching the edges. In this demo, you're going to see an example of the cat winning, and then an example of the block winning. While the game plays out, I would like to talk about some of the challenges we faced. The main challenge was definitely the new exposure to Reek and blockchain in general. Blockchain development was new to all of us, but we felt like Reach did a really good job of introducing us to it. We had a couple of problems during the creation of this project. One of the biggest early challenges was learning the Reach language and getting over some of the hurdles that traditional non-blockchain based programming doesn't have. The second challenge was randomization of the initial board, which was deceptively difficult for us and took a while to figure out. If we could continue to work on the app, we would definitely work on the user interface by making it more friendly, expand our testing, and improve the code base. And finally, I want to say that this project was really exciting for us because this demonstrates the possibility to develop high-stake video games with provably correct results over zero-trust communication using this trusted intermediary. This could mean bringing blockchain to the billion-dollar gaming industry. We look forward to seeing the future of Reek, and thank you so much for watching.
Awesome. So my monologue time. This is.
Can I
What?
preface the monologue for just a quick second? I have just remembered exchange in Discord I had with Charles from this group. Charles had a function at 6 p.m. And after some back and forth, we decided that these guys would go last, and totally forgot to move those slides to the end. But that was we also thought that they would be taking some live audio Q&A.
That's all right.
So.
That's all right.
Okay, Charles.
Well, Charles, you're not here, but if you were here, this is what I would say. I love this project. It's the reason why I actually like it so much is because they took the rock paper scissors game that is the actual tutorial, and if you look at it, it's very similar to that, where two players take turns, go back and forth, and then there's actually logic in the game. But they were able to actually take that and expand it and put much more logic. So like see what type of moves are available and prevent certain moves being played, and built a fully decentralized game. And that's one of the big keys here is that you see a lot on. I mean, there's an interface, there's a board, but all moves are actually guaranteed by the blockchain. And then, of course, the figuring out who wins is actually the blockchain, so you can actually trust that neither one of the Alice or Bob or each player would actually cheat. So they did a great job actually with the interface as well. I'd like to see maybe in the future, maybe build in a discoverability into the actual game itself. So rather than actually passing over the contract information from Alice to whoever playing, Alice can start a game and any Bob can just look through a list of open games and just join one and start playing. But overall, I think this is actually really great. And plus 10 points for the dancing cat. So
Fun story about that dancing cat. I was very proud of myself because in editing this, I made a cut during the dancing cat gif that I perfectly timed up to not interrupt. So I caught it on the second, go around. It was pretty proud of myself. Okay. Let's see.
Stop trying to steal credit from their awesome project. They did a great job.
It was all me. All right. So Battleship. Now, Chris, you've tried to explain to me why there's an editing error in this one.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's an editing error, but let's watch it and then I'm going to call it out at the end.
Okay. So this is Victor, and Victor, I believe, is a software engineer at Coinbase.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. Very cool.
I've heard of him before.
Alrighty.
For my hackathon submission, I have worked on Battleship. To start off, I would like to point out that this is different from original Battleship in that making guesses is not turn-based. Instead, all guesses happen at once for each participant. Going down the code, to determine the winner, we count how many correct guesses happen for participant A and participant B, and the person with the greater amount of correct guesses wins. If they both guess the same amount of correct ship positions, then a draw occurs. Going down, I want to point out that this is very similar to rock, paper, scissors. The select ships and guess ships method are similar to get hand. The only difference being that instead of just an unsigned integer, they return an array of unsigned integers. Going down, it's pretty typical. Participant A sets the wager, they publish pay the wager, participant B, and then the outcome is determined by checking how many guesses are correct from each participant. After the count is calculated, added up, the winner is determined. After the winner is determined, the outcome is sent to the front end. And if a draw occurs, they'll see a draw. If a draw does not occur, then this loop will end. The winner will receive the amount that they've won, and the contract will exit. Okay, let's go on to demoing the actual application. Okay, this is running on the DevNet. I have also tested on the testnet, and there are some problems there, especially with the amount of transactions being made from AlgoSigner. It keeps requesting another transaction over and over again. So I'm just going to demo on the testnet for now. On this side, we'll play. We'll set this one as the deployer. Set a wager of 5. Place wager. Here we will play as the attacher and wait for the contract info. Okay. Contract info has been returned from the front end. We copy that, paste it over to the attacher, submit, accept a wager of 5 algo. Yes, I will. Okay. For this first iteration, I'm going to demo a draw, and then after a draw, I'm going to demo participant A winning. Okay, so a draw occurred.
That was the edit issue.
On the attacher side, so draw, restarting game to ship select into ships A and ships B. On the deployer side, we go straight back to ship selection. So now let's do this all over again, except let's make the deployer win. Okay, so the outcome has been officially determined, and deployer A has won the game as I have set it to. From this point, we can reset and start the game all over again. So some things that I would like to add in the future, I want to deploy to IPFS using Fleet. I want to make guessing turn-based. I want to manage the game creation process. So instead of having an attacher and a deployer, we just hit play. And if there is already an attacher available, a deployer available, an attacher will attach. If not, a new game will be deployed. Just Redux for project management. React route history, very important right now because the back buttons on the browser go back completely. They don't go back in terms of this. That's why I have these buttons here. So if I do hit back, it's going to warn you. I need to change this message as well. And this I've already talked about. I'd like to make it so that players can reject on the wager and on draw. And then I also want to test it on. Okay, thank you for listening to this presentation. Have a good day.
All right, awesome. So yeah, like you edited out the actual playing of the game, like, you know, placing of the ships, shooting the ships. It was just like, we're going to do a draw. And then and there was a draw.
So I did get 2 files. One was long, one was short. I took the one that was, you know, within the 3 to 5 minute range. So if I can republish with the firing of the ships and so on and so forth.
That'd be awesome, because I assume you can actually play the game. But I'll just make that assumption.
Victor, if you're listening, would you mind sharing that long video, the longer version, in the chat or in Discord? So that way people can sort of get a sense of the the UI front end that you built and the actual functionality of that.
Cool. Yeah, I actually like this a lot. Mostly I'm going to probably say I like it a lot, unless it's a really bad project. But it's one of the things I actually kind of brought up this taking turns. I understand why you did them all at once, because of just the nature of the blockchain. Once you the on-chain, you wouldn't be able to actually determine if you hit it unless you actually it knew where the placement of the ships are. So the question is, like, how do you actually make it turn-based? One way of actually making it turn-based is still keep them hidden and build off of the honor system, not the temporary honor system, I will. So it's, it's like A1, and if and it goes to Bob. Bob then says if it's a hit or a miss without revealing their board, and it keeps going back and forth. And at the end of the game, then when everything is revealed, it will also be revealed if Bob lied, and if Bob lied, he'd automatically lose. So that is one way that you could go back and forth, which would be pretty cool to do. And it's like a mixture of like a trusted but verified type of thing. So it wouldn't pay out unless it's actually proven that Bob was telling the truth. but that all is really cool. Yeah, I think that's overall. I think everything was straightforward. Yeah, great job.
Very cool. All right, thanks, Victor.
It was only one person, Victor, on this one.
Yeah.
Cool. Good job, Victor.
Now, all right, now we have Mora from Ayeni and Jesulamini from Akiti State University. I got this as like a 15-minute video. It was edited down to 5 minutes through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears from both me and Jesulamini last night. So hopefully what we ended up with is still enough.
So good day. This is just learning me, and my project was the Mora project, and it's simply a particular game in which people submit fingers and they count the number. You submit a finger along with the prediction of the total number of fingers that other people playing the game with you would actually submit. Then and you also submit along with a wager, and if you're actually correct, you get the total wager submitted by everyone. So if let's say we are two playing the game and I submit 2 fingers and I make a prediction of 4, I submit and the other person submits 2 fingers and I make a prediction of 5, I would actually win because I made 2 plus 2 is actually 4, which is the total number of fingers submitted. And I'll take the wager that was submitted by him. So that's just what the Mora project is about. And I did this using the Rich program to actually achieve this. I combined Rich with React, and as you can see, this is my index.rsh file. In fact, this is the project structure of the React project. Actually, this is the folder structure of the React project, and this is my index.rsh file here. So great. So as you can see here, these are particular attributes for my interact function that all players are first for them. There's a set of random attributes that they are from the Rich library that random. Then all of them can actually play, obviously, and all of them have access to see who the winner is after several rounds or a round of the game, depending on which particular round we find the winner. Then, as you can see, player 1, who is the person who actually declares the contract, is one who will submit the wager. That's all. As you can see, I bring in all the attributes from these old players object that I actually have been. Then player 2 actually accepts the wager, and since he receives all the attributes of this particular player object that was defined here when transformed to find them. Then from here, this is standard Rich code. We actually export our main function and we pass in our participants. And when we have 2 participants.
I'm gonna full screen this here.
And participant player 1 and participant player 2. So I'm assuming that there are only 2 players here. Then the first player is seen as A and the second player is seen as B. And as you can see, we actually declassify the wager. We publish the wager and we actually paid from the first player's account. Then we commit. Then the second player actually accepts the wager, and as you can see, that's what happens from here. Then he pays the same wager again into the contract. Then we also we run a particular loop, and we're like, well, the outcome is 0, because how if the outcome is 0, it means that it's a draw, because we want it to definitely be a winner in our program. Then we actually get the encoded value that the user actually plays. So that's the interact.play, but as you can see, we did not declassify it like we actually do here. So we actually make a commit to it and a salt so that we can actually publish this commit and salt, as you can see here. Commit, the commit actually. So publish the commit so that we can verify it later without allowing the second player know what the first player has played. Because if the second player actually knows what the first player has played, you can just calculate and say, okay, if he played 2, I can play 2 and make a prediction of 4 or something. So we don't want that to happen. So we actually make some checks here. Now this is like security checks here. I'll make sure that, okay, he does not actually know what the original finger is or what the original prediction of the first player is. Even does not know the results, you understand? Then we do similar again we do something similar for Billboard. This time around, we'll publish his own finger and prediction, and we use our salts to make sure that the values published there, which was the commits, we also make sure that the commit is right with the correct fingers. That's why you can say plug finger 1 plus 5 1 finger salt, one prediction salt, and yeah. So actually check the commitment to make sure it's this line of code I was actually looking for. So check the commitment using by comparing the commit, the salt, and the actual value. So if this was false, then it could be actually fail. We check the commitment again for the prediction. Make sure the person entered the right prediction actually, and it did not change after he got access to the values of the fingers for the second player or this. So that's the point of your commitment is such that you can actually verify that the particular value did not change actually. So one can make a commitment that okay,
so I think
you and your editing, Michael. Let me explain really what happened there. So you edited just the actual explanation of the code, and that's great because the code itself was who was actually speaking?
It was Soleimani.
He does a great job of explaining. He gets it. He understands what the code is. And one of the things that I saw in there is that he was actually using the unknowable assertion in there correctly, which is really cool. But really what this is just a modified version of rock, paper, scissors. Because Mora is very much, two people throw up a finger and you guess which one is, what's the total of the two.
Yeah, like Italian rock, paper, scissors or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never played it, but yeah, that's actually a great job. I wish I saw the actual interface, but that got edited out. I did see the longer version of Mora earlier, so I saw that what that looks like, and maybe that you can actually link to the full version of that somewhere. So
the full version has been available in the playlist, so everybody can actually take a look. And I would recommend before voting and stuff like that you take a quick peek at it, just because I mean that was the 5-minute version as opposed to.
So he does have interface. I did see it, or did watch it. I snuck ahead of. Sorry, Michael. I took a sneak peek of everything. And there is an interface. It's actually he gussied the rock paper scissors interface up a little bit, which is really nice. But yeah, go take a look at it. They did a good job.
Nice. And I believe actually Ayeni and Jess Soleimani, I believe you two are our first bounty hack completions from the continent of Africa, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So now I think we have 4: North America, Europe, Asia, and Africa. Nice. All right. Gotta catch them all. All right. Let's see.
Next.
Microblog.
Oh, I've seen like a million versions of this one.
I'm so excited. All right.
I should probably blog about my thoughts on this.
Okay. So check if you're on YouTube and you've got the playlist, check the video description of this video for the microblog. They came to me with like links prepped, stacked, beautiful. And I mean, they have a live site that you can just go to and see this thing. It is a blog that exists now. Interesting, actually, if we can pause for a second. Interesting observation about this bounty hack. This is the first bounty hack event that we have had where people have named their project and sort of branded it in some sense, because almost every project we've had, and I think actually Mora was the exception. I think everybody else, Mora and Battleship, I think were the two that weren't branded, but like 5 out of the ones we had were some sort of tiny little branding thing.
Hi, this is Lalit Meduri, and this is Saya Meduri, and we present to you Thoughts Forever, a microblogging application where you can post your thoughts on Algorand blockchain and your friends can join your stream and follow your posts. Let us show you a quick demo. On the landing page, click on Get Started button to get started, which will take you to the home screen. We've also included a help page where you can find more information about our custom terminology, software requirements, or you can just follow instructions to use our app. On the home page, you can also access all available options in the top menu bar. Using Thoughts Forever, anyone with an Algorand account and the stream name in mind can create a new stream. Stream names are expected to be short and cannot be longer than 30 characters. Once a stream is created, you can share the generated contract information with your friend so that they can join. Once a subscriber receives the information, they can enter that and click on Join Stream. Once you have at least one friend in your stream, you are now good to start posting thoughts. Start typing in the text box, and when you're ready, click on the post button below and sign transactions using Algo Signer. You may have to sign a couple of times, but as you can see, the fee is still pretty low. Once you post a thought in a stream, your friends who have already joined your stream can read your thoughts, and our generalized UI allows users to play multiple roles using the same interface. Users that post their thoughts can join new streams and read thoughts from the streams they've subscribed to. To describe the app's middleware, we have a participant actor defined for a poster of thoughts and the participant class defined for a subscriber, and then one common method defined separately. The app's main logic includes extra variables like stream name, creator of the stream, and the status of the stream. The standard flow is implemented top-down with a while loop, enabling a poster to continue posting to a stream. About the challenges we faced, it was initially a bit confusing to distinguish between front-end and back-end parts of Reach, but Reach engineers helped us clarify. It was also challenging to work without a back-end, and the object state management in React was complicated, but proved to be very beneficial. What we have here is a great starting point, and there are many ways to go from here. We think that enabling public streams could be a great addition, and then perhaps adding a feature to display public topics would help drive traffic to our app. With that, we would like to conclude our demo. It's been a great experience participating in this hackathon. Thank you all for your time and attention.
Okay, if I can just point out for 1 second, Lalith here is in a full suit with what looks like his, like in his childhood bedroom in the background. Like, you're not fooling anybody, Lalith. You didn't walk out of the boardroom. We can see the bed.
I think it looks amazing, Michael. I can't remember the last time I wore a suit.
They're the two best dressed bounty hack presentation presenters we've ever had.
Why I like this one so much is because it's so different from other applications that we have out there. So they really went above and beyond to really understand the actual guts of Reach. Oh, Michael's gone now, maybe, but went above and beyond the actual to actually understand Reach and actually build awesome things. It's a censor resistant Twitter or censor resistant social media built on top of Algorand. So one thing to actually to tell everybody that can people still hear me, by the way, Michael?
Yes.
Okay.
Could you check the live stream, because I'm screen sharing, so if I scroll up.
All right, well, I'll just assume everybody can still see me. But one thing I tell everybody is that you will still the better wallets are coming. You won't ever have to see the whole signing multiple times anymore. You'll be able to do batch signings. So that is coming very soon. So don't worry about that.
Alrighty. Thank you again. And by the way, bonus points for, look at that branding. Oh, that logo.
Did a great job.
Love it. Highest bidder auction. Oh, that was Mary. Mary, I don't think I ended up getting her video. I asked for it, and She was one of the ones in my inbox when we went live. So sorry, Mary. Optimization market, Manas and Kanav from I think Institute of India Tech, like Ruurki, I believe.
Actually, I like this one too.
Yes.
Talk about branding.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Kanan, and along with my friend Mike, we developed Content, a platform where funders can host optimization market communication using a bounty function, where the contestant who submits the value that maximizes the output wins a prize. This tab was developed using Reachlang and React, with the CI/CD pipeline developed using GitHub Actions and Netlify.
We import the bounty function from another reach file, which is generated by a CI pipeline. We have our interface objects for funder, contestant, and a monitor interface, which is used to ping the front ends about submissions so that they can form a leaderboard. The funder declassifies the bounty information and pays and publishes the relevant amount, and the funder front end is pinged about the submissions. Then each contestant is informed about the bounty, and then in a parallel reduced logic, it checks if a contestant has made some submission. If it is a valid submission, then their submission is extracted and evaluated upon the bounty function, and the monitor is informed about the submission of a value. Then their submission is compared with the current winner's value, and if it's a better solution, then the current winner is updated. Also, all contestants are informed which contestant's value has been evaluated, so that the ones who have lost the race can retry. Then we have the timeout block, and finally, when the deadline is reached, the amount is transferred to the winner. This is the CLI test version of our application.
So this is the page of our application. A funder can make a new open context here. They can specify their name, the deadline in terms of the number of transaction blocks, their wager, and the token they can pay. It can be one of an algo, and they can set their own subdomain. This would generate a specific subdomain for each contest. Now, when they click pay and submit, it compiles and requests for wager. We have fast forward the process because this takes a bit of time. After this deployment is complete, they can visit their website, and this is the page that each contestant would see. It shows deadline, it shows a function. We need the address because we need it to show the leaderboard. So when contestant wants to submit a new solution, they can click on submit a solution button and submit a input value to this particular function. Algorand takes around three signing requests to complete a particular interaction with the contractor. Once this is completed, they can check out their transaction on the application ID on Algo Explorer. After the competition has ended, contestants can see the leaderboard to check out who win and what they submitted. The transferring money to the winner takes one last interaction, which can be triggered using transfer money to winner button. As you can see on the Algo Explorer, the transaction has been done and the contract is expired, and we can see that the contestants balance has increased to 19. We can see it from before that the actual balance before the transaction was 9.9.
We knew to blockchain and smart contracts and had to understand a lot of hard blockchain terms and how each actually functions. So we had several chats with people on the help Discord channel and calls with Jay and Zed who assisted us. We also got some typical issues with Reach, including an issue with the algo mode in browser with some internal API failing. With no apparent solutions available, we ended up opening issues on the Reachlang GitHub repo.
In the future, we wish to develop a page on our landing website where contestants can discover and contest. Thank you so much. Visit optim.tech to host your own competition.
Do it.
So that's let me actually recap like what we just saw for people. So this is another one of those projects that are completely different than the rock paper scissors or other workshops in there. That the idea is that you're creating a marketplace to allow people to actually submit submissions on the most optimized formulas, and you're doing this in a decentralized way. And this is one of those that when I personally read through the list of things that Jay put out, I was like, what is this? But it was also one of the things that I think it has the most practical value. I mean, boy, do they go above and beyond building a very beautiful website. They actually made it so you can actually this will work with Algorand and Ethereum from a dropdown, which is pretty amazing as well. I think that this one is definitely the most polished of them all so far, at least.
Alrighty. Staged crowdfunding. Oh, okay. Recognition Charles. All right. So maybe I did save these guys for the last. Charles, you listening? I don't know if you see him on YouTube there, Chris.
I'm not on YouTube.
Oh, you should see.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our submission for Bounty Hacks. We chose the Staged Approval crowdfunding project. So here's a brief overview of the team. We're all freshmen studying computer science. And before we get started, we just wanted to talk about some challenges that we had. We had a little bit of trouble integrating the back end with the front end, but eventually we got the hang of it. And the Reach language was really superbly designed, and it really helped abstract away a lot of the technical details of smart contracts and allowed us to focus on the development of our app. And this project could also be applied to things like labor contracts and any form of funding which requires approval. Here are a couple slides about the industry overview and the history. They're on our GitHub if you're more interested in that, but they're the main reason why we chose this project.
So as far as the app itself, you will see a live walkthrough in a second. Basically, the idea was to harness the power of smart contracts to enable crowdfunding in a decentralized approach. The way we do this is we have different stages. So if somebody creates a campaign, they set a few dollar amounts or currency amounts for the different stages. And then those stages, once they are reached by donators, the donators get to decide whether or not the creator of the campaign has fulfilled those checkpoints. And if they have, and everybody votes yes on that, then those amounts of money are released to the campaigner. And if they aren't, then everybody else gets their money back. You can find out more about the code specifics and the walkthrough at the following links.
Yeah, so we can start a walkthrough now. Normally there's a front page where you can fund your account, but we've already done that for you. So we'll deploy a role. We'll click deployer. And so we can deploy a goal and basic checkpoints by setting the goal and deploy the contract. As that deployment is happening, we can create an attacher, someone who's going to attach to the contract. And of course, we need to wait for the contract to finish deploying. So we can go back to Alice. And it takes some time for the chain to usually process different transactions. But once this contract deploys, we should get a link to the contract. Right here, we can copy that, go to the attacher, copy that, and attach Bob to the contract. So now Bob, once he's attached to the contract, can donate to Alice. So as we wait for this, you should see that he can accept the goal. I'll hand it off to Jeremy to talk about last.
Yeah, and so after Bob accepts the goal, it usually takes a while for Alice to realize that someone has crowdfunded their project. And so we can see that that just happened. Once that happens, as previously mentioned, Bob can vote on whether he is satisfied or not with each stage. So let's say Bob is satisfied with this stage. So Bob can click the yes button, to which Alice will receive money for this stage. And then we can continue voting on the next one. And so let's say Bob wasn't too satisfied with this next threshold. So Bob can say no, to which Bob will get his money back. And once Bob gets the money back, we can end the contract. And so the contract should also end for Alice. And while we wait for that to happen, we can take a look at code. So the code is powered through a Reach middle/backend, and it allows us to write a smart contract in fairly few lines of code. And then this is also coupled with a React JS frontend that is spread through numerous files. If you want to take a closer look, the GitHub repo has all of the code. And so something that we'd like to improve on in the future is to add multiple different ways to do crowdfunding and multiple applications. We've started scaffolding some of the code here in the comments, but given more time, we'd definitely like to implement many more of these features. So by now, we can see that Alice has also reached the end of the contract, which brings us to the end of our demonstration today. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much.
That's cool. This is like a spin on our multi-sig wallet application. It's like, you know, mom funds a escrow, and then the child says, I want to pay for this, and mom says okay or no, yes or no, and then over and over until all the money's gone. This is very similar to that, where it's like, okay, we're going to fund you, but I need to approve every single payment, and if I approve it, then you get the rest. And if I say no, I get the remaining amount back to me. So this is actually a really cool implementation of that. Good job, guys. And also, I think you are also swell. Thank you for the compliment about reach.
Oh, let me take a moment. So to pay homage to Jeremy and Kevin, we will get this out to everybody soon. They worked really hard on their app and couldn't quite cross the finish line. We have a Settlers of Catan game coming, and I believe it's going to be good. From what I have heard / seen, it's going to be good. I have also, and Chris doesn't know this, I've made Jeremy the promise that if and when they cross the finish line, which hopefully is soon, I will pull some strings, call in a few favors, and at least get a quote on an artist like art commission for the front end to do like a formal Settlers of Catan game board, that kind of thing. And the person I have in mind is actually working on The Witcher at Netflix right now. So that is his incentive to complete this thing. So we'll see that hopefully within the near future. But
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, vote now. All right. I'm gonna go and make sure that my kids haven't disturbed the house. I'll be right back while you keep talking.
Sure. So you can vote at this link. Chris, actually, if you could stick around.
Okay.
Because I need somebody to tabulate the votes. I'm screen sharing, but I also need to go leave screen sharing and count this thing. Hold on, I'm going to switch my screen. Okay, so I am sharing right now. Go to that link. Chris, if you could check the chat in Zoom.
Yeah. It's really loud. Can you mute that?
Yeah. All right. So while you're voting, I assume everybody has seen the link. If everybody has not seen the link, I will post it in Discord. But in the meantime, I'm going to introduce to you a little someone who we have discussed before, mentioned before. We've actually been teasing her for months now. No one has actually caught the little Easter eggs we've dropped hinting at her. But this is Evie, the Reach Yeti. Reach has a mascot. And we went through several artists and had upwards of I think total all told like 70 different drafts and versions of different designs. But we settled on this adorable Yeti. She is a mountaineering guide who sort of embodies the spirit of Reach and everything we represent. But I'm going to shut up now because I have to make sure people are voting.
I'm gonna stop sharing your screen.
I should probably stop sharing my screen.
Are people voting about how much they love Evie? That would make sense.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, you can pick your favorite project and or the Yeti. Let's see. No signs of movement, so no one's voted. Okay, let me share the link in Discord. And again, and we can take a second here, but if you want to take a look at the playlist on YouTube, you can rewatch portions. You can see the longer version of Mora, and I'm hoping Victor has shared his extended version of Battleship. But let me in Universities Unchained. Oh my gosh, I have so many messages from people. Fantastic. Oh, you can. Oh, I need to publish the type form. You see, there's my problem. All right.
You'll
Sorry.
get there, Michael.
Jeez. All right. Let's try that one more time. Publish, publish, publish. Come on, load. Publishing. Published. I'm going to share the link in Discord just in case it's different. Usually go through and do a test submission. But,
all right, I'll be right back.
Okay. Link is published in University's Unchained channel in Discord. Can you guys access it now? Yes, yes, no, no. Put it on YouTube, looking at my big ugly face. Oh.
Okay, I'm back. Both my house and my kids are still in one piece.
I was expecting you to roll up your green screen and just see the smoldering remains of your house behind you.
Right.
All right, so people are voting. Yay. And I'm not screen sharing, so that means I can look at the votes without spoiling.
Oh, look, it looks like everybody voted for me. Thank you, everybody.
Voted for our good friend Evie. Oh, while I've got everybody here, while everybody's voting, a few quick announcements, and I will share more in the Discord. I've got all the links for you. But we are, I'll share in Discord. We've got a form now. This is taken actually from Algorand. I forget who it was at Algorand who sent it to me. But basically, we've got a social signal boost form now because we love our community and we want to celebrate everything you're doing as long as it's reasonably within the range of blockchain and development and stuff like that. We want to just celebrate your accomplishments. If you're starting a new day at work, if you've built something cool. We have a social signal boost form. Basically, it's like you send in a request of, hey, I've got this coming up if you want to talk about it on social media, and we'll schedule a post for you. We've also got profile picture frames that I will share with everybody. We're still taking feedback on those. Our designers bailed on us for that, so it's just me, and it's a bit tricky. But basically, because Reach is sort of like alpine mountaineering sort of branding, a lot of outdoors, because we're the outdoorsy type, obviously. That was me hissing at the sunlight. We basically thought merit badges would be a great way to sort of gamify engagement within the community. If you think that's a good idea, let us know. But we've got a few ideas for merit badges, but we'd love to hear yours. I want to get hyper competitive with it and really go all out with it. So in the meantime, I am going to tally up the votes.
So another thing to kind of talk about, where do we go from here is the main question. And the answer to that is you could do another bounty hack. There's no reason you can't do multiple. We have like probably 3 or 4 in the works. So, and you would have a leg up because you've already learned Reach. So that would be 1. Number 2, the Algorand actually announced today their GitHub bounties, or not GitHub, Gitcoin get coin bounties, so that there's a list of, I think their plan is spending $2 million on bounties over the next set amount of time. So you all have the skill sets to do those now. If you have your own idea, you're like, you know what, I either you love what you did and you want to take it to the next level, or you have your own idea, reach out to me. We have grants that we can give through the Algo Scout program to actually help you focus on that and go there. Reach, we are hiring. So we have actually tons and tons of positions open, and everybody that has actually completed the bounty hack, you have bypassed the screening stage. You can go directly to Shanti. So if you are interested in actually working for Reach, take a look at our open positions, and reach out to me or somebody, and we'll make sure that you talk to the right person. Yeah, I think that's about it. There's lots and lots of opportunity. I mean, really, if you want to make this your full-time gig, even while going to school, I mean, and we actually, Hamza, who's one of our people that works with us now, one of our team members, he was a participant of the very first bounty hack and actually then helped run the second one, and then we hired him. So, I mean, there is a path that has been proven already. So those, I guess, pretty much, there's lots of paths you can go down right now.
Chris, I just slacked you our results. We might have to take a quick second to deliberate.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. Make sure everybody votes. Could everybody has everybody voted? Can everybody vote? Christopher.
Just a moment. Oh, you know what? Here, I'll do this. Where are you, Michael? I'll tell you what we're going to do. Okay, there you go. They're deliberated. You can just call me the problem solver. Do you understand what I wrote to you?
Alrighty. And we have approval for that?
I mean, I'm the CEO of the company. Yes.
All right. Okay, let me update our slides here. And while I do that, if everybody remembers the deleted scene, I believe it was, in the second Star Wars movie, in which Obi-Wan and Anakin are deciding on moves, like how to take down the droids, and they're doing, different gestures.
I feel like there's probably a reason they deleted that scene.
They could have gone with the whole prequel series. Right. 1 second.
I'm just imagining everybody at home just laughing at my comments, even if it's not true. That's what I'm imagining.
I'm sure they're probably.
I've been laughing a lot.
Thank you, JR. Thank you.
I really have.
This is the first bounty hack demo day that we've had that did not start with total disaster.
That is true. That is a big plus. The first 15 minutes of every one of them has been like, nothing works. We're getting the hang of it.
Oh, sorry. I'm rereading what you wrote.
I'll announce it. This is all right. Here we go. This is what's going on. Do you want me to start with the third place?
Sure.
All right. So third place. This is the deliberation part because we had a tie for third place and we only had 3 prizes. So I made the decision that we'll just give out 2 third place prizes instead. So for third place is a tie. So both of you will win the third place prize, whatever that is. It is microblog and optimization market. Congratulations, guys. Woo! All right, next. And in second place goes to Battleship.
Woo!
Yeah. The crowd goes wild. And for the grand prize,
can we
the winner of all of our hearts is crowdfunding.
Woo, baby.
Great job, everybody. Way to go. I'm proud of you all.
Seriously, I don't know how you voted or how I would have voted because it is tough. Everybody really nailed it.
You guys all did.
Yeah, so I'm very happy with everybody. We are here to support those who still have to cross the finish line because we want to highlight and celebrate your victory. There's hey, there's nothing wrong with walking a marathon, but we are there to we'll give you a piggyback ride as best we can. But also too, from here now, we go to some content incentives. And basically how that's going to work is we have a Medium article, which is basically just sort of my experiences with the bounty hack, sort of laying out the app that you built and your experience, maybe some of you coming into app development, sort of laying that out. And we have some examples for you that we can share. Also too, there is a Zoom interview in which you will join Chris in a Zoom call, and they just chat about your experience, and then
I'm assuming everybody's going to do that, right?
It's an easy
chatting to me. That's a good old time, right?
I can't remember what the payout amount for that is, but it's an easy payout.
They should pay me.
Yeah, they should. But anyway, then finally, we have a workshop and tutorial option. It's sort of one or the other, but basically, if you can turn your DApp into a tutorial or workshop for posterity, for future generations of bounty hackers, and we will, I will find all the support I can muster within the team and make sure that that is successful. I know that one is a bit more laborious, but the payout is also much higher. I believe the payout is like 1,000 to 1,500. Don't quote me on that, but we'll get that information out to everybody soon. I've got all the emails prepped. Congratulations, everybody. Chris, any closing words?
I always have closing words. I would say that this was a journey. I know a lot of you started from not having a ton of experience in blockchain, but in the end, what you guys submitted is actually pretty intense. Not many, because you don't have a lot of blockchain experience. You probably don't realize what you would have gone through with the current tools. And you should be very proud of what you actually built, because not only did you actually build working decentralized application that will be the foundation of the future of just blockchain development in general, but you did it in a guaranteed safe way. So you don't have to worry about your users actually losing their money or your applications being hacked. So this is something that's actually extremely hard to do. And even seasoned blockchain developers have a lot of trouble doing this, and most of them write bugs in their code. So be proud of yourselves. I am proud of you, and let's keep this going. Let's build some more cool stuff. Let's take your ideas. Let's turn them into business ideas. Let's give me your ideas. Let's really kind of build great things.
Don't be a stranger, darling. That's my Edna mode. Don't be a stranger. I can't do an Edna mode, and I'm not going to do that live on YouTube. Nope, that's not going to go. I totally could though. Anyway, any last minute technical mishaps before we sign off? No,
I think it's enough.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thank you, everyone.